It's been a rough trip, hiking up volcanoes, falling off cliffs, twerking in the clubs, way too much. So what we need now is some relaxation. We're gonna head up to the top of a mountain and sit in some hot springs. What I want to break down today is a place called Fuentes Georginas, where you can sit in pools of naturally heated water that is mostly inhabited by locals. I didn't see any other gringos, tourists while we were there. So I'm gonna break down everything you need to know about how to get to this place, what to bring, and show you what it's like. Let's get into it. First of all, how are you gonna get there? So on our journey, we were leaving Lake Atitlan. So we have to head west to a city called Quetzaltenango, or as it's more commonly referred to as Xela, which means under the 10 mountains in a Mayan dialect, I believe. So if you're wanting to go to this place, I would recommend staying in Xela. From there, it's a quick 50-minute drive to the hot springs. So it's just easier if you're wanting to spend a day in the hot springs to stay in Quetzaltenango. However, if you're leaving from Lake Atitlan, it'll be a 2-hour to 3-hour drive from there. So for example, if you're leaving from Panajachel, the main port town in Atitlan, it'll take you about 2.5 hours to get there. If you're leaving from San Marcos, where the cliff jump is, it'll take you about 2 hours and 15 minutes. The reason it takes so long is because you're driving through the mountains. It's actually not very far, it's just all the mountain roads you have to take. But if you leave from Quetzaltenango, it'll only take you 50 minutes. Oh, and let me say, Quetzaltenango is actually a very nice city. Well, I will say the city center where we stayed was really nice. There's a lot of bars and stuff there as well, and a lot of parties going on. Like, we went to this Irish pub that was completely packed. It's a pretty nice place. So if you were wanting to get some nightlife in, and then the next day go to the hot springs, you can do that. Quetzaltenango is actually 7,000 feet above sea level. And when you reach the hot springs, you're going to be 8,200 feet above sea level. So you're going up pretty high. So let's talk about 3 ways you can get there. Number 1, if you have a car, you can just drive. And we'll touch on the road in a second because that's what we did when we went. I'll talk about the road.
Fuentes Georginas. Georgina fountains.
However, if you are really backpacking, then you're probably going to take a chicken bus, which will cost you about 5 quetzales to the town called Zunil. This is a little town at the foot of the mountain that you have to pass through to get up to the top. What you're going to want to do is take the chicken bus to Zunil. When you get there, as soon as you get off the bus in the town, you'll have to take a tuk-tuk up to the top of the mountain. Zunil sits at the bottom of the mountain. If you're taking the public bus, the chicken buses, you'll get off there and then you'll negotiate a tuk-tuk all the way up to the top. From what I read, it should be around 25 quetzales, so about $3.50 to get up there. So all in all, you're looking at about 30 quetzales, about $4 for the total one-way trip. Your second option from Quetzaltenango is to just hire a tour to take you up there. There's plenty of them, and this is the most convenient option if you don't have a car. You pay about $20 to $30. I've seen it go from $20 to $30 online. And they'll just pick you up in a shuttle bus, take you up, you'll spend the day there, and then you'll come back down to your hotel or wherever you're staying. Okay, let's talk about the way we got there, which is to drive. So that one's pretty self-explanatory, but I do want to talk about the roads. The roads are actually paved really well, and they were really nice. However, you're going to hit a point where it's just a one-way road on the side of a mountain, and you're just going to have to be kind of cautious going up there.
There's a one-way road going all the way up into the clouds. And it's crazy.
Like even like some of the bridges you have to cross, there's no guardrails. It's just a speed bump. So it's like, okay.
That's right. Papi's on the road driving. Oh, look at this! Look at this curve on this bridge. Yeah, okay, that'll keep me from flying off, right? Yeah, forget a guardrail. We'll just have a speed bump just to let you know you're going.
On the way up there, there's a lot of little villages and a lot of little counties and towns that you pass through. They're all very agriculturally based. So one's actually even called buen verduras, good vegetables. And you'll see like vendors and vegetable stands all along the road going up. Like the biggest radishes you'll ever freaking see in your life. It's crazy.
What do they got there? Is that Maya Queen? No, that's radishes.
Sí.
Dude, those are huge.
But I just want to say that the roads aren't bad. I wouldn't be afraid of taking the roads up and making this drive yourself. It wasn't really a challenge or anything like that. If you're afraid of heights, you might get a little ooh, but it's a nice drive. I enjoyed it. I will say on the way back down though, it started to rain, and like you could see kind of the cliffside kind of coming into the road. So yeah, you know, I'm always worried about landslides, but it's a decent drive. Just take it really slow on the way back down. I think everyone was on the way back down. But after a 50-minute drive, you'll arrive at the hot springs, and you'll have to pay the entrance fee to get in, which is going to cost you about 60 quetzales for foreigners and 30 for locals, or about $7.50 for foreigners and almost $4 for locals. Man, we are in the clouds. It's just so beautiful. This is what it looks like. Okay. Corazón del mundo Maya. I already feel the heat. Feels amazing. We're gonna spend all day here, I can tell. So guys, look, they have lockers here, so I guess you could probably rent a key and use that. Alright, let's do it.
Oh, that's nice. Wow, it's a different type of relaxing already. Oh my goodness, this feels great. You know, I've been going to regular hot tub. Alright, this is real. The sulfur really adds a whole different relaxing effect.
So let's talk about what you want to bring. One, you got to keep in mind you're going on top of a mountain way up in the clouds. It's cold outside of the hot springs, so it's not a bad idea to bring jackets. You're gonna love being in the water, but as soon as you get out of the water, it's gonna be cold, and you're gonna like want to run into the next pool.
Frío.
You're gonna want to bring yourself some water, but you can't bring like plastic bottles up there. So bring some sort of water container and stay hydrated, because you will sweat in the pools. A swimsuit, of course, sandals, a camera, and like I said, warm clothes, because it's gonna be cold when you're getting out of there. And a towel, of course. A couple things to keep in mind. Number one, they don't accept debit card, and there's no ATM up there. So keep this in mind. Bring cash with you on your way up. If you need to stop in Zoom for an ATM to get cash out, you can do that, but you have to bring cash with you. There's no Wi-Fi up there either, and there's hardly any cell phone signal, so you're not going to be able to contact probably anybody while you're up there. And if you actually want to stay up there, they have bungalows up there with little fireplaces you can stay in. It's about 190 quetzales a night, which is about $25 per person. So that's an option. I hear they're really nice. You know, there's nice. You get to stay up in the top of the clouds, you know, for a night. And beautiful little fireplace. It could be something really nice you could do while you're up there if you don't want to stay down in the city. Oh, also, this place is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day. If you stay in the bungalows, though, you can actually swim in the hot springs at night if you want to, which is really cool. But let's talk about the hot springs themselves. Freaking incredible. Like, honestly, just you got to do this. Like, it's so cool. Like I said, it's cold. The air is cold around there, but when you get into the water, like, it's really nice and warm. There's little pockets of sulfur coming up. It's just really cool.
If you put your feet on the ground, it's very hot. Like, you can feel the sulfur coming up. It's super hot. You can't open your eyes either underwater. It burns.
And like, sometimes when we were there, it actually started raining while we were in the hot springs. So like the steam was bubbling up. It was just really relaxing, really nice. And then at one point it started hailing while we were up there. So we were hiding underneath the little balcony watching it hail, sitting in hot springs. It's just some of the most relaxing stuff. The sulfur itself is actually really good for your skin. I mean, not me personally, but people say that like it really helped them with their acne when they spent some time up there, and it'll remove any like dry, dead skin on you. Like, it's really nice. It's really relaxing, but your hands will prune up and your feet really quick while you're in there. You'll notice that while you're there. There's actually 4 different pools that you can hang out in. The main one starts up there in the corner, and it's fed by the hot springs, and then that kind of just pools down into the other 3 on the sides. But they're all really nice. They're all hot, and they're all great to relax in. And then the area itself is just beautiful. Like, you're sitting up in the clouds. There's actually an hour hike trail around. We didn't do it, but if you want to bring shoes, you could go do that and just see the area for what it is. Parking's actually free as well, so you don't have to pay anything to park. You just have to pay your entrance fee. And they have changing rooms, lockers. You can rent the locks and put all your stuff in if you want. And they have people watching your stuff as well. And there's even a restaurant up there. It's a nice little homey area. But honestly, you're just gonna have to experience it for yourself. It's just a really relaxing place to go. I would go there like once a week if I could. Highly recommend it. Like, you pay $8 to get in, plus the gas or whatever route you took to get there. Add that on top. But it's definitely worth it. And if you want to stay there, if you have stayed there, actually comment below and let me know and tell me what it's like, because I'd really like to get some insight on that. Perhaps I'll do it in the future. But really worth it. I mean, take your friends, take your loved ones, go up there and just relax for a day. Like, once in a lifetime experience. When it started hailing, when we were in the hot springs, I think that was the coolest thing. Watching the steam come up from it, and it was just such a mix of nature. Like, the rainwater was actually coming in from the backside. It was all really cold, and then you would sit on the hot part. Like, the rock wall would just pour out superheated water. If you touched it, it would just burn.
Like, yeah, if you actually put your hand under here, it will burn you after a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll burn you after like 2 seconds.
Right here it's cold because it's coming from the ground.
Whoa.
So this
This is sulfur like.
yeah, this is actually coming from underground. And then this is just the rain.
Interesting.
Like, it's just a beautiful thing. So I highly recommend it. Make some time to go out there and check it out and relax for a day. If you've done this yourself, let me know what you guys thought. If you're gonna do it, or if you have any more questions, comment below. And that's all I got for you, man. It was a pleasure enjoying this cup of coffee with you. See you guys next time.
You have Agua over there. It's just as beautiful. Just chilling.